Yo,
Yo,
what's good, bro?
man, I'm over here chilling. Just went to the dispensary, got some free food tonight. Just ride around in Elizabeth. What you doing, bro?
I'm just chilling. What did you call me for last night?
Uh, then we talked. We talked yesterday.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did, bro.
No, bro, I didn't pick up. I was
All right,
asleep.
Abe. Nah, we talked yesterday, bro. Me and you was on the phone yesterday talking, bro.
We were on the phone 2 days ago.
No, Abe,
Yesterday.
listen. Abe, listen.
What?
Yesterday, me and you was on the phone, bro. And we was talking about, let me double check. If I'm fucking wrong, then I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on, bro.
are.
I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. Bro. I'm pretty sure it was just. Hold on, bro.
Yo, look. Yeah, look at your call logs.
All right, yeah, I did call you at like 12 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I was drunk.
yeah. That's
I was
all,
drunk, and yeah, I was drunk, bro.
dude. You like
I
drinking
was
every
drunk.
night?
Same way how I like smoking every day, nigga. Yeah,
All right,
yeah, bro. I do, bro. I do, bro. I do, bro. I like drinking, bro.
all
I
right.
like drinking. I
I
like
ain't say
drinking. I
nothing.
like smoking weed. I like. I also like going to work. I like. I like talking to beautiful women.
All right, all right.
I don't like being told what to do, i.e., i.e., by like having a girlfriend. So like to me, as a man, having like being a boyfriend is a humiliation ritual.
Yeah,
Being anything for a female, to me, in my eyes, how I think, is a humiliation ritual. So unfortunately for me, I won't do anything for a female. I had a homeless lady beg me for $1 today. I looked her dead in the face. I said, I don't got a fucking dollar.
oh my
She was
gosh.
like, she's like, there's $1 in your cup, son, in your cup holder. I didn't even know I had dollars just hanging out there. I looked down. I threw the fucking dollar. Like I threw the dollar at her. Like I threw like it was in my car, but I like threw it at her. The dollar floated into her hand, and she apologized to me for asking.
Oh my gosh.
I'm an asshole, Abram.
I feel like you would have done that to any homeless person, though.
Nah,
It was just because she was female.
nah, yeah, and I didn't like the way how she approached me, so it pissed me off.
Wait, where are you that homeless people are asking you for money?
Man, just anywhere, Elizabeth, New Jersey, just parking up on the side of the street. I got my flashes on, just parked in a parking spot. A homeless person just comes up.
It,
Don't fuck.
I haven't seen homeless people in
All right. Let me
Elizabeth for
put
a
it this.
while.
Let me put it this way, bro. I don't like talking unless I got something to talk about.
Of course, same here. That's why I'd be
So that
like,
goes for
why do these phone calls last so long? I have nothing to say.
well, me and you got something to say, but I'm talking like my brother will call me. What the fuck you want? But nigga, ain't nothing to talk about. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
There's literally nothing to talk about. Like what I talk to you about, I won't talk to him about. Keep your hands to yourself.
yeah, true.
What I talk to you about, I won't talk to him about because he just won't get it.
Nah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Well, you will probably get it, but I don't know. I'm just an asshole, Abram. I'm an asshole, and it is what it is. I love me. It's gotten me this far.
Exactly.
Say hello to Abram.
Hi, Abram.
Hi. Who is that?
Kimchi.
Huh?
Kimchi.
Kimchi?
I'm an asshole, bro. It don't matter, bro. It is what it is, bro.
Kimchi? No, okay. No, I was laughing because I just bought kimchi the other day.
I don't eat no damn
You
kimchi.
think that's funny?
No mind them. Yeah, no mind them eating no kimchi here. I got this. This is free
Kimchi is
food.
my favorite, so
Listen,
I understand
this is
why.
free food I got because I'm me.
Oh,
Don't
nice.
ask how I get free food. I got free food at the buffet.
Oh, wow. What, is this the catfish right
There's
here?
mad,
It's good.
there's mad catfish. I put a lot of catfish in there. There's like three wings in there. There's collard greens right here with turkey necks in there,
Ooh,
and I
with the
put
turkey.
and I put eight meatballs in there for me. So
Nice.
this is just a platter of meats for you and your daughter.
That's very nice of you,
Go
Sean.
give that to her and then come back.
Thanks, Sean.
It's not. I wasn't trying to be nice. It just
I
wasn't.
got this for you. All
There just wasn't nothing else I could give. So here's that.
right, one moment.
I told Ming to come outside so she could say
No,
thank
she's
you though.
kind of depressed. She broke up with her girlfriend.
I don't want to hear that, man. Abram.
Yeah, bro.
Fortunately, bro. The key for the key for a successful man in today's time, you have to be an asshole. It's the only way you're gonna get free stuff. It's the only way you're gonna get the free drinks at the bar. It's the only way that people's gonna give you a discount just because of who you are. It's the only way that people will just let shit go because you're willing to test the system.
I feel that.
I had a job meeting yesterday, and I'm the youngest fucking guy in there. The youngest fucking guy. So all the guys in there, they talking, and then it starts getting to a point where they're like arguing. I fucking chime in, and the whole fucking room goes quiet. Like, y'all just arguing about this, this, this. How do we prevent this? Oh, well, we're going to have to think about that. You see how simple it was? But people argue about stupid shit. I don't know
Yeah.
how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, bro. You're a good writer. You're a good writer. You know how to write essays, right? You're a good writer. I knew that since youngin. The same essay that you will take to write up like 3 pages of an essay,
Hmm.
I will get it done in 5 sentences.
It just sounds like I could bullshit better.
Yeah, you do. You know how to bullshit better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know how to bullshit better. I don't know how to, bro. I really don't know how to, bro. I failed middle section because I didn't know how to write essays. 12 page.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. I fucking yeah. I
Bro,
was able to do it,
I wrote 2 full pages, hired somebody online and told them to make this shit 12 pages.
and I heard about them shits where you could hire
Yeah,
people to do stuff.
I was doing this 2014, bro. Before the AI shit. I wish I had AI.
It
There
would
goes
make
the
it much
Ultima crew,
easier.
no headlights. That's the Ultima girls, no headlights, just driving around. People are so predictable. Anywho, yeah, even that's why I called you, bro. I'm about to go smoke some weed, bro. I'm gonna call you back again. Don't worry, you don't have to pick up, but
Yeah, do
just
your
don't,
thing, bro. Do your thing.
just don't call me tomorrow, bro. Why you call me again, bro? And I have to tell you, I'm a drunk. I'm a drunk, bro. I was drinking.
All right.
All right, bro. Peace, bro. Talk to you, love.
All right, peace.
All right.
Yeah, that was a simple phone call. That's what I appreciate, bro. It's just like, bro, why are we having these long conversations that go nowhere? But yeah, yeah, yeah. That was Ryan. It's like, bro, you don't have to call me again. I was just telling you I was drunk. That's what I was just saying though. Honestly, that last recording that I just did, bro, I don't know what I was saying. I kind of lost my train of thought there, which is why, oh my gosh, I just remembered right now, which is why I need that note taking thing, that AI thing, because like what it does is like as you talk, it translate it becomes a transcript, so you can see what you talked about beforehand. And there's just so much technology that I want to invest in for myself. Like I see it. I see it. I'm just like, yo, bro, you need this, and you need this. Because those things can really help me out. And that's why I'm so grateful. I was just talking about schizophrenia. It's a hell of a thing to have. Hell of a thing to have. Very, very scary. I wouldn't suggest it to anybody. But the things that you get from it are just so elevating that it makes you think a little bit more. It's just like number one thing, you don't have to work. If you have schizophrenia and you you're having trouble with it, don't work. Okay? You don't have to work. Don't worry about it. But if you're getting SSDI and you're getting like $500 a month, okay, you're going to have to work, but I suggest that you don't, because my boy Ahmed, he's going through the same problem where I don't think the medication is working for him. Meaning, like, no, the medication is working. The medication always works, guys. The medication always works. It's just about the mindset. It's just, will your mindset snap to where it needs to snap to? That's the scary part about schizophrenia, because you can sit there and have all of these freaking things lined up for you. You know what I mean? You can go to school, you can go to work, you can have a good time with your family, but every time you're in your room alone, you're contemplating. You're like, bro, I don't feel good. This sucks. I don't want to be here. And it's not like I was having like suicidal thoughts or anything like that. Like, first, let me get this out of the way. Whenever I have medication, and whenever I start it, there's always a starting point where things are really, really bad. Like, I'll be in the hospital and I won't feel these things. And then once I get out of the hospital, I start feeling terrible. Like, when you're in a controlled environment, everything just goes the way that you want it to go. But it's until you go get out of that you realize how messed up the medication is. You know what I mean? Like, doctors are so proud of their medication. You know, they're very proud. Okay, whatever, I'll clap for that. But it only works in settings that are controlled. The setting needs to be completely controlled. And they think that they're doing something by making you go to therapy and making you eat 3 meals a day, and they control who's around you and all that stuff, and you can't leave the building, and they tell you when to go outside. They think that that all helps, but it really doesn't, because it's not until you go out into the real world do you really start feeling how the medication works. So I'm losing my train of thought again. I'm not gonna force myself to remember these things. What was I talking about? We were talking about Ryan and how we don't have to stay on the phone for too long. Yeah, bro. I don't know why we stay on the phone for so long. Like, there's nothing to talk about except I just want to get to a better place. I want to win so badly. I want to win so badly that I'm willing to make the sacrifices. Like, I've seen the sacrifices that my body has made. So I see things in a different way. Basically, I see this world, and I believe that we are two separate beings. I believe that our body is one being and our mind is another being. It's just an easier way to deal with the world. Not saying that that is pure fact, but I've seen my mind break, and that affects my body. You know what I mean? Do you understand what I mean when I say that? My mind thinks whatever it wants to think. My body reacts the way that it reacts. Like, if I have suicidal thoughts or something like that, I would stop talking. I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I can't have a good conversation or anything like that. And I feel like my mind is in disarray, so my body reacts that way too. It's very hard to explain. The way I'm explaining it is not good. But basically, the mind and body are two separate beings, and they're both trying to, you know, do their thing. They're trying to do their thing. Yes, they are. But anyway, I want to get an AI translator. You know, you have to pay monthly for these things. I'm telling you, they're making us pay monthly for way too many things, bro. Like, I can't keep up. I can't personally keep up. Not with the amount that I'm getting paid. Not with the amount that I'm getting paid. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cancel Instagram. I'm gonna cancel Instagram. Put that $15 back in my pocket. Um, I have two major debts that I need to pay off. Uh, one debt is $6,000. The other debt is about 2,500. Um, in 4 years, I will pay off the $2,500 debt because I'm paying like $50 at a time. 5, 10, 15, 20. So every year I should pay about $500. So every 2 years about 1,000. 3 years 1,500. 4 years 4,000. So when I'm done with that, my Amazon Prime account is going to. I have EBT, so Amazon Prime gives you 4 years of a $7 subscription. And it turns out that I really, really need Amazon. The things I buy from Amazon, like I would, since I can't drive, I would sit there and I would think to myself, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm going to, I'm going to buy a binder. And I would ask my sister, I would ask Dan, I'll be like, yo, can you take me to Walmart to get a binder? And she'd be like, yeah. And like, I'll be free in like 2 days. That's how it happens, bro. That's why the delusional part of schizophrenia is so real because you see it's about pattern recognition. I feel like that's what delusion is. Like if we were to explain it in a logical way, delusions is pattern recognition. You just simply see patterns and you react to them a little bit more. That's what they call it boundaries in the therapeutic world. They call it setting boundaries. But basically, it's like you see a pattern happening and then you get aggravated about the pattern. If you like the pattern, it's good for you. If you don't like the pattern, it's not good for you. You're gonna try to fix it. It's about pattern recognition. So my sister paying me every 2 weeks, pattern recognition. Okay, I should get money every 2 weeks. And then if I don't get the money every 2 weeks, I start getting aggravated because it's like, what's going on? Pattern recognition. When I was mowing lawns, it's every summer, about twice every summer. And then I think about it. I'm like, do I really want to cut grass every 2 weeks? And then I freak out about it and I'm just like, no, I don't want to do this. So when you go to work, it's a pattern that you recognize that doesn't seem real. And that's what our problem is when we have jobs. If you were to ask a schizophrenic, you would be like, why can't you hold a job? And my friend Ahmed, he put this perfectly. He was like, it's mentally taxing. Like when he said that, I was just like, yo, bro, thank you for putting that into words for me. I don't know how else to explain it. Like when you work, it's mind numbing and it's damn near painful to keep going to do that job. Like, it's like hard to do the same thing over and over again. Like I was working at a restaurant, at Skylark Restaurant, and I was cleaning up tables, and in between cleaning up tables, I wouldn't know what to do. They just want you to stand there. But for me, it was impossible to just stand there and just wait like I'm a robot. So when you see a pattern, you kind of mess with it. You mess with the pattern. Like you don't really do things consistently anymore. That's why it's so hard for us to keep a job. That's the logical way I can explain it. But what a psychiatrist would say would just be like, oh, it's just very hard for them to do it. That's why there's disability for them just in case they're not able to work. They have other means to support themselves, and the community has to support them. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being schizophrenic. I don't think that there's anything wrong with being schizophrenic. Um, what it does, it opens new avenues for society to take notice. Society has to take notice. Like they've been ignoring it for too many years, for so long, and they've been neglecting these people. And I'm so lucky that I was born at the time that I was born in, the turn of the century, when people started recognizing mental illnesses, and they started trying to treat us like humans. They started to try to treat us like humans because there's still ways that they dehumanize us. There's still ways. There's still ways. Um, People will start taking advantage of you. Schizophrenics are known to be taken advantage of. You know what I mean? People don't see it. It happens. Like there's this one very scary way. And I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. And I'm so scared for these people because if you have a mental illness, right, and you're put into the hospital is a trap. All right. They test you immediately as you get in. They're like, hey, do you want to come in voluntary or involuntary? There are people that will be like, yo, I want to go in involuntary. That's how I was for the first 6 times that I was there. The very last time I went to the hospital, I asked to go in voluntarily. And that's when my life turned around. That's when my life literally turned around because there was a right answer and there's a wrong answer. There's a right and wrong answer. Because if you go in involuntary, they're saying that, hey, we're going to admit you to the hospital because we think that you need help. Do you think that you need help? And you'll be like, yes or no. I was saying no. I was like, no, I don't need help. I don't need to be in the hospital. I don't think I need to be here. So what they do, they put you in front of a judge for you to plead your case. And it's not until the doctor says that you're good enough to leave do they allow you to leave. So voluntary, you admit that there's something wrong. It comes down to that's the only way they can help you. If you're involuntary and you keep repeating that pattern of involuntary admissions, that says that there's something wrong with you because you don't understand the situation that you're in. It's like them asking, do you want to go to county jail or do you want to go to jail? And you're like, what's the difference between county jail and prison? I think it's prison. Well, how's it? Because county is long term, and is prison long term as well? That's what I'm getting confused on. Whatever. Let's just make it simple. There's jail, and then there's county prison. Let's put it like that. You're supposed to say county jail. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Whatever. County. Let's just leave it at county. Jail and county. County is long term. Jail is short term. You go to jail. You spend like 15 days, and I think it's like less than 30 days you can stay in jail before they move you to county. It's the same exact thing that happens in the hospital setting for mental health patients. Even I'm just realizing this as I'm speaking. Isn't that crazy? So they give you a choice. That's the only difference between jail and mental health facilities. They give you a choice, but it's not really a choice because you don't know what's right and wrong. And they prove it right then and there. They're like, voluntary or involuntary. They're just asking you, are you sane or insane? That's basically what they're doing. They're like, are you sane or insane? And you admit it. You're like, I'm insane. They're like, oh, involuntary? It's like, yeah. I don't want to be here. I don't think I need to be here. I'm not accepting this treatment. And they're like, okay, you're not going to accept the treatment. And they still treat you, bro. Crazy work. Crazy work. The way they made that situation to their advantage. The way that they started playing mind games immediately. You would only see a doctor do this. Only in the medical field would you see some messed up shit like this. It's messed up. It's messed up, bro. Absolutely messed up. For you to literally tell the person, like, you want, because it goes even further. So when you're in the hospital, they have on your door, the door, you have rooms that you sleep in with another person, two people per room. Sometimes there's a single room, but that's specially made for people that can't sleep with other people. Like there was this old guy that I was living with, not living, but I was bunking with. I don't know what the fuck to call that. There was this old guy that I was bunking with, and I'm just sitting there reading my book, and then he just immediately starts jerking off, like just jerking off right next to me. I'm just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck? I get out the room and I'm like, yo, you need to switch me. Like that dude needs his own room. Like I can't be in the room with that. And they were like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'm like, I'm not even gonna talk about it because it was so fucked up. Dude just started masturbating right in front of me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, bro. There's different ways of assault. When he did that, bro, I was like, yo, I felt assaulted. I was just like, yo, what the fuck? When my sister sit there and tells me, she's like, that happens to us all the time. These people, like, I had to watch this guy in his cell or in his holding room, and he was jerking off to the camera, and I had to watch him. And I was like, I don't know what you put yourself into, but the medical field, the medical world is so fucked up. It's fucked up, but the way that the doctors and the nurses react to it is just so messed up. You know, like I explained about how voluntary and involuntary, how it's a mind game. Complete mind game, guys. Complete mind game. Are you sane or insane? That's what they're asking. That's what they're asking. And I would always go in involuntary. I'll be like, yo, bro, I don't think I need help. I shouldn't be here. They're like, all right, involuntary. And involuntary, you meet with a judge every 2 weeks. It doesn't matter if you start taking, they want you to take the shot because the shot allows them to know that the medication is in you. They're like, all right, we know the medication is in you. It's not like you're spitting it out, because in those facilities, you can spit out your medication. You can spit out your medication if you want. There's cameras there, but I was the ultimate actor, which is why I come out here in the free world and I'm like, yo, I could do this. I could freaking do this, bro. You guys want me to talk? I could talk, bro. Like I used to talk to myself. So like if I could talk into a mic and make this official, then that would be cool, bro. I could do it. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Even though there's cameras there, you can do it in front of the cameras. The cameras can't catch you. It's very hard to catch you, but it's also easy as well because all they just have to switch up one last thing. When you take the medication, open your mouth to see if it's there. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm thinking of right now. It doesn't matter if you take the medication inside the facility. When you leave, all you have to do is stop taking it and you'll end up back in the facility. And this becomes a cycle. It becomes a cycle. And, my sister did a dissertation or something like that. She's trying to get her doctorates. Uh, she's going to become a nurse practitioner. So when she has seen me go through everything that I've gone through, and I'm sure that she got her decision on what she should make her dissertation on. I'm sure she got that from me. Like she learned that from me. Absolutely. I have no doubt about it. Um, but she was, what she said was that was about aftercare. She was like, if we follow up harder, basically, if we followed up more consistently with aftercare, we will help patients out with rehabilitation if they find themselves in the same situation that they were in before. They wouldn't come back as much. And what her studies found was like it helped out by 15%. And I'm sitting here looking at her, I'm like, yo, bro, if I did the bullshit that you were doing right now, I wouldn't even say that. I would be like, look, listen, we have to get every single person on the shot. Do you think that that's possible? Because that's the only way we'll be able to help people. And the thing about the shot is that when you get off it, the most terrible things happen to you. The reason why, the real reason why doctors aren't all suggesting the shots, they don't even notice. They don't even realize this. The reason why not everybody's suggesting the shot is because of what happens if you get off it. This person's mind is crushed. You've damaged this person's mind. This medication is very, very destructive. But people don't realize that because you haven't gone through it. You would have to ask a person that's been on the medication, that needed the medication, ask them, yo, what happens if you get off that medication? Doctors don't even touch that subject, bro. They don't even touch that subject. They don't know what to touch when it comes to mental illness. They don't care what they touch because they are scientists, but they're not real scientists. You know what I mean? Like a real scientist, if you were to line up two people in front of me and be like, this person has mental illness and this person is a doctor, who's the scientist? I would be like, oh, it's the mental health patient. That's the scientist. That's the real scientist. It's not the doctor. The doctor doesn't know what's going on in the head. They don't understand it. You ask them now, that's literally what they say. They're like, yo, we don't understand. Which is why they treated us the way they treated us for so long. You hear all the time patients say that the medication sucks. The medication's bad. Even some doctors are starting to adopt that and they're starting to say, yeah, the medication's bad, but they don't understand what type of bad it is. I'm talking about when you get off this medication, your mind is destroyed, and it needs drugs to function. It needs drugs to function because if you don't, I can't even explain it properly. Like I'm leaving out so many parts of it because it's that scary. You know what I mean? Like it's very scary. Like it's very serious. Like I don't know how to explain it. I do know how to explain. I'm just avoiding it. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I fucking do. Like, I know how to explain it. Absolutely, absolutely. But do I want to explain it? That's the question. And, you know, a real scientist would see that problem and be like, no, this has to change. There is a big problem with this medication. It does not work the way that we want it to work. And I'm in the perfect position to start something real. Excuse me. I'm in the perfect position to start something real. Um, I just have, where's my drive coming from? Why do I do these podcasts? Why do I talk? Why do I make videos? What's the point? What is the point? What is the point? There's a very big point, guys. There's a very big point. I have a goal in life that I want to conquer, that I want to get at, bro. There's a goal. There's multiple goals, and I want to do it in this lifetime, but it seems damn near impossible. So I make video after video, I make podcast after podcast. I talk to my friends, I talk to my family, all with a goal in mind. It's like goal number one, I want mental health patients to be able to use recreational drugs. Crazy, crazy work. You know what I mean? It's like, how will we get them and why? What's the point of it? And I think that being able to use it will create significant benefits. So basically, for people to use weed, you have to be half dead. You have to be dying in like 6 months for you to be able to use it. There's stuff like that, but now it's wider in New Jersey because it's legalized. You get to use it, but if you're a mental health patient, if you use it and you're back in the facility, they'll be like, you're abusing it. You're abusing it. Those other people are using it recreationally. Drugs is not for everyone. Weed is not for everyone. I should start saying that. Weed is not for everyone. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Weed is not for everyone. Uh, I want to change that around. I think that weed should be for everyone because my question is, they say that you use weed if you have a mental illness. Typically, people with mental illnesses go and try to use recreational drugs. And when they do that, they're doing it to basically help with the symptoms that they're dealing with. So my question is, why do these people naturally move towards this drug? Why do they do it? What was my reason? I guess I was just trying to fit in. You know what I mean? I don't, I honestly, it was for fun. I liked the way that I felt on it. I thought I was getting somewhere with it. Then I saw it as an opportunity. I saw it as something that can get me my goals that I wanted to achieve in this lifetime that seemed unachievable. It became a dream. Not those fake dreams that are like, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a firefighter. I didn't have any goals or dreams like that. I didn't know what I wanted to be. When I got into college, I thought the first thing that I thought I wanted to be was a nurse. Why? Because nurses make a lot of money. They make a decent amount of money. And I thought to myself, I could do that. I could do that. So the very first thing that I tried to do was become a nurse. So that was the very first time that I solidified my choice, and I was just like, this is what I want to be. That was in college, because in high school, I still didn't know. My mind was blank. I was just focused on my girlfriend at the time. I was just focused on her, and I wanted to, I didn't have any goals. I didn't have any goals. All I knew was that I needed to go to college, because this world doesn't create pathways for you. They try to do it in middle school. They're like, do you want to go to high school or do you want to go to Votech? They try to categorize you as soon as possible, and they expect you to know what you want to do in eighth grade, my dude. Eighth grade. I had absolutely no idea. No idea. But did I make the right choice by not going to Votech? I believe I did. Um, what would I have learned in Votech? Carpentry and stuff like that. Uh, I would have gotten a job right out of Votech, which is high school. It would have helped me out a little bit more. I would have been on a straighter path. But was I good at it? That's the question. I didn't think I would be good at it, because I tried the automotive class in high school and I couldn't remember different parts of the transmission or different parts of the engine. And I got a taste of what Votech would have been like if I had went. And I don't think I would have been able to do it, to tell you the truth. I would have struggled. I would have definitely struggled. I wouldn't have been happy. In high school, there was just more opportunities to get a girlfriend. There was just plenty of more opportunities to get a girlfriend. Um, but did I have any goals? I didn't have any. I didn't have a dream. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I even looked at artists and I didn't, no spark came into my eye. I wasn't like, oh, I want to be a rapper. No, because I wasn't rapping. You know what I mean? But it wasn't until I was 19, 20 years old. And, the world starts to ask you, what do you want to be? Let's to get rid of all these distractions. You've been distracted for 12 years. Now let's focus. What do you want to be? What makes you happy? And I wasn't sure until I started getting the blunt in my hand and I started smoking it like crazy. It was me and May. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. Um, yeah, but it was me and May. We were getting dubs. We're just having a great time. We're just having a great time. I hit her up. I was like, yo, there's not much things I regret in life, but I regret not staying friends with you. And it just took off from there. And it's like, let's get rid of all these distractions, because school is a distraction. Work is a distraction. Because when you work, you feel like you have to do more of it. It's like a drug. It is a drug. You can get hooked on it. You can. And I see two adults in my house that have gotten hooked on it. It can make you depressed. It can do so many things. It could do so many things. So many things that people don't even realize. And We are creatures of habit. And if you start a habit and you tell us that we're good for that habit, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's bad. It's really, really freaking bad. When you see it, what it does to you, what working two jobs does to you, you don't have time to take care of yourself, but you just keep doing it because you receive a reward for it. And even when you don't receive a reward, even when you don't receive a reward, you still do it. Even when that reward at the end of the year, your tax return comes to you and they say you owe money because you work too much, you're still going to keep working because you're hooked. You are freaking hooked, bro. So what can you do? Work as less as possible. Work as least as possible. Live with your parents, bro. They're people. Your parents are probably the only person that you really want to share a house with. Because if you want to if you want to go out there and live in your own place, you're not going to be living by yourself because you can't afford it. In New Jersey, the housing market is way too high. The rent is way too high. You need a second person. There's a 2 to 5% chance of finding love. 2 to 5% chance. People make it seem like they're finding love, but really they're just doing it out of necessity. Girls are having babies with guys out of necessity. Out of freaking necessity because they've done the math. They did the math real quick. They were like, "Oh, okay, I need a second person with me. So I'm going to pick out any random person. We're going to have a baby and we're going to see if we work out." That's what my ex-girlfriend did. I must have sent her a message, bro. I haven't talked to her in so long. It's 10:48 right now. I must have sent her a message. I must have just sent a really long message. My message is deep, bro. My message is real deep. Buy my book and you'll be able to see the message. Buy my freaking books, bro. They're actually pretty good. They're not bad. Like it's word vomit, but it gets you somewhere. The first book, it's just like a lot of word vomit. There's poems in there. And I start going into a poem in the fourth book again. I start to go back into my poem flow and I love it, bro. The poem flow is so cool when you're listening to music and you listen to a beat and you just see the flow of the words and you're just nodding your head to it and you're just like da 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 da. It's like, what is this dude talking about? What is he saying? Is he high? The answer is yes. Yes, I was freaking high when I was doing it. Now I'm stuck and all I do is write now. But all right, guys, let's end it there. I talked about some good points. I'm gonna keep talking about those points until somebody hears it. This guy wanted to interview me, and I turned him down. But now I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna be like, look, listen, I know I turned you down, but if we were to do an interview, can you send me can you send me the questions that you would have asked me just so I can get a good look at it? But all right, guys, I'm about to be out, bro. It's late. It's 10:50 at night. I don't have anything to do tomorrow. Oh, I do have stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm gonna be doing that. Um, but yeah. Good night, guys, bro. This was a great talk. This was a great talk. And Ryan started this off. So hopefully he's gonna listen to this and then he's gonna be like, what else was he talking about? I talked about some really good points there. But all right, guys, peace out.